What is going on? All right. Okay, so I'm gonna get this out of the way first. All right. We know the Rams lost this game. Okay, that sucks, obviously. But I gotta say, man, coming off of this game, so now we're obviously just the 1-1. I gotta say, like, I feel pretty good about this team right now, man. I like the way that the Rams played against the 49ers. I'm still stoked about this season. So I'm definitely like I came out of that and it's like, yeah, it sucks to lose to your most hated rival, a team that's beating you now 9 straight regular season games and stuff like that. But overall, man, I feel pretty good about this Rams team moving on through the rest of the season. Obviously, we're still super young, going to have some of those mistakes right there. Like it felt like the whole momentum shift came when Kyron Williams tipped the ball and it was picked off. Kind of just felt like it kind of deflated the team a little bit. So you take those kind of things and move forward with it, and I'm pumped about it. So, interesting here. I should make Ram Showcase live shirts. What's up, AJ? Where are you at, man? Let's do this. So we do have a t-shirt giveaway. I did announce it on this last episode of Ram Showcase. They did release on Thursday morning. So if you are here for that giveaway, we'll do that here in just a couple minutes. Just a couple of things about this last game. Also, we'll get this going too. If anybody does want to hop in with me, that is absolutely okay. So I'll share the join link in the comments. If you want to come on and hop on, maybe talk about this game a little bit, whatever it happens to be, absolutely okay with me. But like I said, we do have a Ram Showcase t-shirt giveaway tonight. It was very simple instructions. It was just to comment your favorite Rams player, and then you were entered. Got entries all over the place, but it was mainly a lot of 49ers fans talking trash, which, hey, I mean, I'm here for that too. That's cool, man. Some of them I felt like took my my comments like a little too personal. I don't feel like I was super aggressive. I don't feel like I'm ever too aggressive really when talking about other football teams and stuff like that. But some of them got like, I mean, they came in like, be like, oh man, he's bitter. It's like, I mean, I guess that's cool. Yeah, might as well be, right? But let's turn it into that. But also a lot of the comments that were in there were from 49ers fans talking about attendance. But I got to say this, if my favorite team's stadium was Levi's Stadium, I'd be looking for other homes too to claim. I'd be trying to go to road games all the time because that stadium is such a bummer. So obviously the 49ers fans want to come down to SoFi, right? SoFi is way sicker than their home stadium. So yeah, it just makes sense, man. It makes sense. But yeah, so let's go ahead. So I've got the wheel of randomness going right now. So everybody who entered, we will get that going here. Let me, well, that's the wrong thing. Let's see here. We'll just go back to just me. All right. We're going to do this. All right. Let's see here. So the picker, boom. And then let me just make sure. Oh yeah, I don't want that one. I want this one. All right, so we're going to take a quick peek here, and I know that there's not everybody here that is entered on this list right now. So obviously, it's there's a little bit of like I can't confirm with everybody here, but if you are supposed to be entered on this and you don't see your name and you are able to tell me right now, let me know right now, and then also tell me where you originally commented so that I can go find it. Because I will let you know that as far as the entries go, not everybody got entered because I had very, very specific and very, very easy instructions just to comment your favorite Rams player. And of course, just some people just didn't comment that. And then there were some 49ers fans that did comment 49ers players, but obviously that's not a Rams player. So the entries were very, very easy, I think. And unfortunately, not everybody. I don't know how to change the color of the wheel, man. All right, leave me alone. This is just the default wheel, man. I'm paying for wheels over here, man. All right. But either way, so what we're going to do here is we're going to shuffle the names 5 times, and then we're going to hit the wheel, and then whoever it lands on, that's going to be the winner of a Ram Showcase t-shirt. So it's going to be that simple. All right. So we're going to shuffle once, shuffle twice, 3, 4, 5. And you guys ready for this? You ready for this wheel spin? All right, let's go ahead. The ticking is the sounds. I want to shut them off. Let's go. I could, I guess, but it's too late now. Let's see who's winning. Godspeed Racer 1913. All right, so that is your winner of a Rams Showcase T-shirt. I'll be reaching out to you. Feel free to reach out to me as well if that is the case. But congrats, the Rams Showcase T-shirt, man, is all yours. What I'll do is wherever you commented, I believe that was a YouTube comment based on how I wrote it down in there. Then I will reach out that way and just leave the merch link under the comments under your comment so that you can check it out and then get back to me on your address where we're shipping this bad boy and of course your size and your color. So we got the 3 different colors, 2 different styles right now, and apparently maybe the demand is there for a Ram Showcase live shirt. This is still very like amateur hour when it comes to a live stream. I definitely understand that, but um, I kind of like this vibe of it. Like I was gonna try to like connect my computer in and all this stuff, do my mixer and all this, and make it this whole big thing. I do like having the like last week we did the game badge lower thirds and stuff like that. I did like that, but I kind of like this to be just a little bit more casual. So there we got that going for us. So, but talk about this game. That is definitely something that we will continue to do here. But just a reminder that if you do want to enter in on the stream, that is absolutely okay. The link to join is in the description or the comments wherever you're watching me, whether that is YouTube or Facebook. So again, yeah, this game against the 49ers, Rams do fall to 1-1. Shout out Sean McVay for going for that field goal because when I put money on the Rams, I took the spread there, so I had the Rams at +8. So yeah, I felt pretty good about that one. I was pretty sick, man. But and then there's also some cool things that happened in this game. Let's take a peek here. So that was McVay's 100th career regular season game. Did lose it unfortunately, but 61% of his regular season games he has won, which is pretty awesome. That is the 5th highest in active head coaches in their first 100 games. Kyron Williams tied for first place in the NFL with 3 rushing touchdowns. Brett Maher, we're calling him barely Brett. I don't know if anybody's on that train, but feels like these balls are barely getting in. Barely Brett Maher. 3 of 3 for field goals and 2 of 2 for extra points. And what was this other page here? There's some good stuff on here. So obviously Puka Nacua, we know Nakua Matata's going absolutely off right now, dude. Dude's going for multiple records and already probably. I'm guessing that the odds on offensive rookie of the year kind of shifting a little bit. You know, Vegas is sitting here like, hold on, hey, let's pull that number back a little bit because people are going to start cleaning us out. So that's obviously awesome to see. Kyron Williams playing really well. Tutu still playing really well. Tyler Higbee's still like not really fully in there. And then I think that we can just fully anticipate. We can admit right now, at least in 2 games, Van Jefferson is a huge disappointment. He's just not getting it done. So it's cool that with that we do have Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell playing so well. But Van Jefferson definitely disappointing so far this year. So hopefully he can start to kind of get his confidence up. And I don't know if that's it or not, but hopefully that can kind of start to shift and he can start heading in that right direction. But also what keeps me super stoked over here is the fact that Cooper Kupp is still on the sidelines and we get him in here with Tutu and Puka. What? That's so badass. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, man, really. But yeah, it's Packers theme wheel. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try to change the colors for next time we do this. I'm trying. I don't know if I'm doing one next week or not, but yeah, I'll announce it. I'll always announce it at the beginning of the game preview for the YouTube channel because that's it. Well, that's the only thing that goes up on YouTube now is the game preview, and then this, and then I'll also announce it in the beginning of the podcast. So I want to get entries in there, which is obviously the most exciting thing there. Rams house. Dang, man. Well, go get your own, man. Go buy one. Oh, yeah. My favorite player has always been Marshall Faulk. That was obviously, I don't want to say obviously. I don't know how obvious that is, but that was the reason I became a Rams fan way back in the day. I loved Marshall Faulk. I thought he was super exciting to watch. I didn't really understand football at the time, but he was the reason. So it's like I was watching football and I was really into Marshall Faulk, right? So kind of trying to path this out for you and to understand me and my Rams fandom and stuff like that. But I had Marshall Faulk. I was just a big fan of him, and I remember watching him with the Colts, and then he came over to the Rams. And at that time, I wasn't like considering myself a Rams fan necessarily. I just really, really liked watching Marshall Faulk play. And when he came over to the Rams, I was only 8, so I didn't really I wasn't like, oh yes, you know, I was just like, Like that guy's awesome. I don't care what he's doing, you know. So I was just kind of following on with the Rams, and so when the Rams won that first Super Bowl, even it was kind of like I was stoked because that was like the team I was following, but I would say I was mainly just stoked for Marshall Faulk, not necessarily like the Rams ness of it. You know what I mean? And then after that, I started kind of getting like I think that was probably about the time I got my Nintendo 64, maybe like a year after that or something like that. And I remember my grandpa, he was like, he took me over to GameStop and he was like, pick out one game. And I was like, yo, Madden, man. It was Madden 22 on Nintendo 64. Started playing with that and stuff like that, man. And that's what taught me the game of football. I will definitely credit those early Maddens, especially the 03 when Falk was on it. And I was like, yo, like, because it was like the perfect little thing for me in my own fandom. Like I had just started getting into football. I loved Marshall Faulk. I started learning it. I started playing Madden, and then right away he was on the cover, and I was absolutely thrilled. So, or was that 2001, man? Oh man, I'm trying to, or was he 04? Damn, man, I don't even remember which one he was on anymore. I do have a copy of it. I don't know. I don't play video games anymore, but either way, it was about that timing where like I was stoked about Madden, and then I saw that Marshall was on one, and I was all over it, man. So yeah, it kind of followed that way. And then, like I said, I don't play video games anymore. I don't like trash in video games. That's cool, man. But video games just stress me out, man. I always feel like every time I'm playing, I'm like, man, there could be something I could be doing right now that's productive, and I just get stressed out. So I know for some people it's like an outlet to relieve that stress. For me, it doesn't act that same way. So, but either way, man, yeah, Marshall Faulk was my guy for sure. If I had to pick a favorite player right now, absolutely hammering Jordan Fuller. That's my dude. But obviously on the offensive side right now, I love Kyron Williams. That guy's absolutely awesome. Puka is very easy to like. Tutu is very awesome this year. He's easy to like this year. Obviously, we all like Cooper Kupp. I have a Rob Havenstein jersey in the mail right now, so I'm obviously a big fan of him, man. And then there's a lot of defenders I really like. Darian Kendrick, I'm a big fan of. I like Kobe. Akello is doing some pretty cool things, man. I like Ernest Jones. I like a lot of these guys. So I don't know. To pick like a favorite, if I had to go on defense, I'm going Jordan Fuller. I love that dude. And then if I'm going on offense right now, probably go. I mean, Cup is an easy pick, but I also feel like it's like when somebody's like, "Oh, you like metal? Who's your favorite band?" And you're like, "I like Metallica." And you're like, yeah, obviously, Metallica's sick, but like, who do you really like? You know what I mean? I feel like it's like saying that Aaron Donald and Cooper Cup's your favorite player. It's like saying that Metallica is your favorite metal band, which is not a bad thing. I'm not trying to down that at all, but it's like yeah, that's the easy one. Like, of course, we all like them. Like, that's kind of my point. Is like, yeah, we all love Cooper Cup and Aaron Donald. But if I'm going offense, man, maybe Kyron right now because there's some weird stuff going on with Cam Akers, and I'm trying to write something out for the podcast this week as far as the Cam Akers storyline and what's going on. But I'm also kind of like, because we can talk about it here if anybody wants to hop on and chat with me about it. I'm not just going to unload my thoughts. I've got those kind of already, like I said, gearing towards the podcast. But if anybody has anything they want to talk about, absolutely, you can always hop on the stream. Here it goes again in the comments. So a lot of weird stuff obviously going on with Cam, but Kyron right now, man, I'm really liking his energy. I'm really liking his attitude. There's not a lot to dislike about Kyron Williams. 4 touchdowns so far through 2 games. It's absolutely unbelievable. This Rams team really, it's a 7-point game, and I know we kind of stole 3 there at the end, but really, even if you take away that last 3, make it a 10-point game, 2 possessions, whatever. But it really did feel that entire time throughout that game that the Rams were in a position to play, or like it was just like 1 or 2 plays go a different way, and it's maybe a different outcome. And it's like you get things like that last touchdown before halftime from the 49ers and stuff like that, just kind of seemed a little bit demoralizing. And then, yeah, you have that, and then you couple that with like the interception from getting tipped from Kyron. And then I don't know if that was a bad play by Van Jefferson or Matthew Stafford on that other interception. Kind of looked like Van Jefferson took it a little deeper, and Stafford maybe thought he was going to run a little bit more shallow. Then you also have like that play where Tutu didn't hit it deep. Just that miscommunication between Stafford and Tutu there. And we can say like, yeah, Tutu ran the wrong route, which is probably true, but like where he was at, he could have gotten the ball there too. And Stafford could have hit him right where he stood. So yeah, it was just not a good play by either, but it does happen, unfortunately. But I will say that you get a couple of those plays to go a different way. that the first half ends just a little bit different. Maybe the Rams can hold up it and hold on the goal line there. You don't get that tip from Kyron, that Van Jefferson to or Stafford to Jefferson. That's maybe a drop or something like that. Just a different outcome there. 2-2 not getting that miscommunication there. I mean, that's probably a Rams win. But at the same time, we kind of went into the season knowing that was absolutely a possibility. Is this team is going to have those days where you're like, oh man, like if this would have happened, we could have won that game. Because this is such a young team. And it's like obviously when we have guys like Matthew Stafford and stuff like that, we have the veterans out there, but we still have young guys. And let's not pretend like Tutu isn't still a young guy. Puka's obviously super young, even though he's got 25 catches on the season already. What? Like what is he doing? That's a catch machine, man. That guy's absolutely awesome. So obviously, yeah, there's those little things, man. And a couple of times on defense too, where it's like, oh man, it's like because obviously the 49ers scheme is so quarterback friendly where Brock Purdy's throwing to wide open guys all the time. And can we mention that he sucks throwing deep, by the way? So like if he's ever in a spot where he needs to be the guy that's doing stuff, he's not that guy. He's just he's great when he's got a wide open dude 10 yards in front of him, on a slant route or something like that, or on an in. But like, come on now, man. He wasn't that, like, he was doing nothing that I was like, oh my God, Brock. Like it was like, yeah, that guy's wide open. And when he wasn't, he was sailing it way over him, man. Like, yeah, whatever. But get a little personal on Purdy there. I'm just sick of that whole like narrative of like this guy's, the Mr. Irrelevant and he's unstoppable. Is he though? Or is he just in a perfect offense? Which, I mean, that is a big part of it, in fairness, big part of it. So yeah. Ooh, that's a good question here, man. What would the game have been like if No Boom didn't go down? I think that the run game would have been a little bit more like durable throughout the game. You know what I mean? Like it did feel like there was a point where kind of slowed down a little bit. And No Boom, he was playing really, really well at right guard. So I hope that that's not any long-term thing. Oh, cool, bro. What's going on? Comments here. If anyone wants to join in, that is this is the time. Heads up, I don't think I actually said this. I do want to watch these games tonight, actually. So about when those are starting is when I want to head on out of here. Let's see, so 5:15. So we got about an hour to hang out. Let's see. Dude, John's going to the Cincy game. That's so sick. So, I mean, that's so badass, man. I wish I could go out to there. That was one of the ones on my list that I wanted to go to. So that sucks. I want to be there, man. I'm a little bit jealous of that, but that's cool, man. Monday Night Football out in Cincy. It's not going to be super miserable cold yet, but I also love the super miserable cold, man. I'm here for it. I'm already a little bit mad at today because it was like way more nice than I wanted it to be. I'm ready for it to just be cold and crappy, like I want sideways snow where you're like walking and you're like, oh my God, where's it coming from? I want that again. I like that. So it's good stuff. Thanks, cool bro. I like this hat too. It's a good one. It's a good mask for the obnoxiousness that is my hair right now. Yeah, we're doing great. Dang. Okay, so we have John that's going to the game. All right. And you guys need to hang out. All right. Will you guys take a picture with me? Or not with me because I won't be there, but take a picture. You guys got to get together. Yeah, Rams house. What the heck, man? Get to posting again, dude. Let's see. Comment out, Puka. Where did you go? Let's see. I'm guessing this one here. So let's take a peek here. I'm seeing this narrative that what Cup has done with the Rams is not impressive because Puka is plugged into the same offense and crushing defenses. Completely disagree. Okay, so that's an interesting take that people would have. Wouldn't you be able to consider that they're both really good at football? Like, is that not an option in their minds that like maybe they're both good. Maybe they both are good football players. Like I think that that's absolutely possible, man. That Puka maybe just his style and the way that he plays, I think just fits in with the Rams like offensive scheme. He really does seem to fit that mold of like that Robert Woods, Cooper Cup kind of guy. So yeah, we could say the same thing about like Robert Woods. Maybe Robert Woods wasn't that good because Cooper Cup, like like I don't know. I think that would be a weird argument. I haven't seen that argument anywhere, but I will say that yeah, it does make sense. That it's possible that they're both just pretty good in that style. And who was it? Was it Kendrick? Darian Kendrick was talking about that Puka, the way that he's so good at just leverage. He's so good at like when he's running routes, just putting himself in a better spot to get the ball than you, and it's difficult to cover him. So yeah, I mean, you see that kind of stuff, and like after game one, it was like, okay, well, people are going to start to really key on him. So maybe he's not going to be the long term. Like if you're a fantasy player, like maybe he's not going to be that perfect person or whatever like that. But I mean, so far there's no indications of him slowing down. In fact, he's speeding up. Like we go against a Seahawks defense, which is fine. They're decent, but then you go against the 49ers defense, who has a lot of really good players. And I will say schematically, they looked worse than they did last year, but player wise, they are still very, very talented. So they're winning a lot of individual matchups. But I will say that their schemes and stuff like that and what they were doing to stop the Rams did look weaker than it did before. But again, one game that was like, I mean, we're looking at a game plan, you know what I mean? So obviously it's hard to say if there's any like real changes to that defensive scheme or any major changes. So I think you get what I'm saying. But either way, man, I think that 49ers defense is better than the Seahawks defense, especially with the players they have. I'm trying to loop back around here. And Puka Nacua got more catches. So I mean, I think it's all going pretty good, man. It's hard being a YouTuber, cool bro. Yeah, dude. It's yeah, it does get there. And especially it's like when you have like COVID and stuff like that, and people are like, "Where's the podcast? Where's the podcast? Where's the?" Like, okay, yeah, yeah. You did spell Puka. You spell Pusa. Do you play fantasy football? I don't. I'm not big into fantasy football. I don't really care about fantasy football, I'll be honest. Well, I do have like my one league. It's the same league I've been in since like high school with just some old school bros and stuff like that. And like doing that, I think it's like my way to like still stay connected with those guys because I really like them and stuff. And but overall, I don't really care about fantasy football, man. I don't care who's scoring the touchdowns as long as they're wearing Rams uniforms. I just don't care. It's like if it's going to be Van Jefferson, if it's going to be Puka, if it's going to be Tutu, I don't care. Just be Rams players in scoring touchdowns. That's all I want to see. So, and I'm a lot more worried just about the team effort of it, man. I like pick'ems. Pick'ems are sick, and I think I did pretty bad this week. Actually, I haven't checked, but pick'ems are sweet because it's like just a team thing, and I like that. I just prefer that. But yeah, fantasy football is not really my thing. So yeah, you play Madden Mobile. No, I don't really play a lot of video games, phone games especially. I don't think I have any games on my phone. I'm a terrible uncle. I don't have any phone games, but no, I don't really get into that stuff though. If you do though, man, drop your stuff. Maybe I can put it up and see if anybody else plays, and then you play them and stuff. But yeah, for myself, I'm not a big video gamer. I have a Xbox 360 still. Is that two back or one back? I don't know. I think it's two back now. What are they on right now? I don't even know. I don't know what the new Xbox is called. I don't know. It's not really important. I'm not a video game guy. I'm not trying to trash it. That's never what my goal is. But either way, yeah. Video games, man. They stress me out. That's all. Would that game been? What would that game have been like with Ramsey? Well, he's hurt right now. I'm just kidding. He's would have been limping around out there. No, I think that Ramsey, obviously, you get a couple of those plays and a couple of those like wide receiver screens and short plays and stuff like that. That it's very possible that he could have blown some stuff up. But overall, I think that it's probably pretty similar because the way that the Rams defense is kind of deploying themselves this year, it does seem a little bit more team oriented, not like, hey, superstar, go do superstar stuff, you know? So it does seem more like, all right, this is our defense. Everybody do what you need to do and we'll be able to stop people. And again, I mean, this team did not play bad against the 49ers. Let's not pretend like the 49ers roster isn't, loaded. Like they have a very strong roster. I think their coaching is weaker this year. And I would say that, I mean, it's hard to look at that from the Steelers game. I think the Steelers just played really, really bad. But the Rams coming in after a big win over the Seahawks, and then obviously with a tight game against the 49ers, I think there's reason for Rams fans to be optimistic, and that's really all you can ask for at this point. Is just reasons to think that this team could be headed for the playoffs maybe later in this year, and obviously again we're gonna see those young guy mistakes, those the unfortunate penalties at bad times or something like that, or just like those third down pickups where it's like you should have been there instead, or drop passes. We saw plenty of them again. Not giving Stafford time in certain situations and stuff like that. Weird play calling. There was definitely some weirder play calling this week than I felt like against Seattle. Sean McVay, I think likes to get a little cute against the 49ers, and it's not working. It doesn't work. But also we know that the time that the Rams beat the 49ers in that NFC Championship game, the defense was aggressive. They were in the face of the quarterback. And again, it's just not something we really saw in this one. So that's unfortunate. Nice. Reading's cool, man. I'll just say that's a weird way to just comment that. But yeah, I don't really play much video games, but reading. Yeah, reading's dope, man. It's makes me sleepy. So that's what I do. Like when I can't sleep, I literally just read like a couple of pages. I'm like, so yeah. Any updates on Noteboom? I have not seen any updates on Noteboom actually. Let me do some perusing and see if we do have anything. I'm hoping that he's okay because the offensive line definitely looked worse than like when he went down. So that's unfortunate. Let's go latest team. Yeah, so far I'm not really seeing anything. People just asking really is all the updates that I've got. So unfortunately, no. But we do have starts in 2 minutes. We do have a press conference with Sean McVay that starts here shortly. So maybe we'll get an update there, man. Hopefully we get an update there. I would assume so. I'll be honest with you, just based on him, dropping out and Ankrum needing to come in. Which Ankrum, I mean, he's a good player, man. I like Tremaine Ankrum, but I also would like I think that the easy thing here is if Noteboom is going to be out for an extended time or whatever, like just go ahead and have Ankrum start next week on Monday Night Football against the Bengals, and then bring up or just don't have Kevin Dotson inactive, which he has been these first 2 games. So maybe I think that would be a pretty easy switch, at least roster wise. Like I don't think it makes sense to really go out and sign anybody. Obviously, we did see that Reisner did get signed. I forget with who already, but Minnesota, I think. So he's not available. But I saw a lot of people that immediately were like, we need to go sign a guy. And it's like, I mean, I've been saying this since the offseason. I think we got 8 or 9 guys who are starters. So to see one guy fall down, unfortunately, like that does suck. And Noteboom was playing really, really well. But I like Ankrum. I like Dotson. I mean, what we know of Dotson, which with us is pretty limited. But I would like to see those guys. So I don't think that I don't really want to see another outside guy come in when I think that we have starters that are here. Let's see. Let's see here. So I'm thinking of playing of a sport to play in high school, either basketball or football. What sport do you think I should play? Ooh, that's tough, man. I think partially it depends on where you live because I'm a big fan of hockey. Football and hockey, I think, are the best sports. Those are the coolest sports. Big fan. But football's obviously always a good one, man. I think that getting into a locker room and being on a team of a football team, because I've never played basketball. If you saw Rams House's video of me and him playing basketball, you understand exactly why, because I'm awful at it. But yeah, playing football, man, that was so much fun. I played my sophomore year. That was it. So, you say you're California. So yeah, football, man, is that's such a weird, like, camaraderie in there. It's just really fun, man. Even though it was like just in high school, it's just like a different level of like just I don't know, man. It's just like going to war with your bros. It's just really cool. So yeah. Believe Cam is done with the Rams, says Annette, and I absolutely agree. In fact, I'm kind of waiting to see news on a trade. I think that happens rather soon. I anticipate a move by tomorrow because if he's going to be just being inactive, then might as well just go ahead and move on with him. And let me see if I can find. Where do I want to go? Let's go here. All right, let me see if I can find the numbers if like the Rams just decide to go ahead and cut them. Let's go Spot Track, whatever the heck it's called. I don't think anybody actually knows. I don't know if they know. I hear it's different every time somebody says it. Oh, that's not what it was. Let's see. So we're going to search Cam Akers. So let's see. No dead cap and no dead cap for next year, but we have about $500,000 dead cap, which isn't that crazy, especially considering what we're eating right now. And then we do save 1.4 million, and that's just a release. So and same numbers for the trade actually. So yeah, it makes sense that we'll get information on him rather soon. Obviously, you want to get something for him, especially if those numbers are going to be the same as far as what your saving is and what your dead cap is. You obviously want to get something for him if you can. I know a lot of people are mentioning the Jonathan Taylor deal. I just don't think that that's the path that we take, especially with the full-on badassery that we're getting from Kyren Williams right now. He's doing great. So I don't think we really need I don't think there's a big glaring hole for a running back where it's like if we get rid of Akers, it's like, oh no, what are we doing? It's like, no, we got Kyren. That's why it's okay to move on from Akers. Let's see here. 49ers fans are the worst. Yeah, I had some like this week of like comments was interesting to me because no team, I think, seeks out content creators of opposing teams more than the 49ers. And I just think that's weird behavior. It's like some of them are cool. Don't get me wrong. Some of them come in here, they're fine. They don't really bother me. So sorry, it's that comment came in. That's so funny. Damn it, Lance. But I don't even know what I was saying there. Oh yeah, some of them are fine. CG and stuff like that. Like I always have conversations with him. He's fine. Obviously, I don't think really talked to him this week, but he's obviously fine. But some of them come in and you're just like, what is it? What do you want from me? What are you trying to get? Like, what do you like? What do you want me to say to you? It's like, oh, Rams are like 49ers, Levi's South. It's like, good one. If my home stadium was Levi's, I would want to find other ones too. Like, it's my only comment back to that. I was like, yeah, you guys blow out SoFi because your home stadium sucks. Yeah, we did not play basketball. That is a very loose term here. We had a basketball. We were at a basketball court, but what we did was not playing basketball. So yeah, there's that part of it. McVay, about to be coach of the year. Maybe. Yeah. You know what? I would say it's very possible. Do we have any guys that you would say, because literally, let's not forget here, we had 4 players play in all 17 games last year. 4 of them. So I think we have a hefty chunk of eligibles of the comeback player of the year. So could be Cup, could be Stafford, could be Donald. Anybody else? Ran out of names there real fast, but yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling good that one of those 3 very well could be comeback player of the year for sure. There was a fumble by the Niners late in the game. Why no red flag from Sean? Dude, that one annoyed me. I'll tell you that much. That should have been Rams football right there for sure. But I think that what they may have seen is that I do think that the ball may have touched the sideline, which before the Rams got possession, which would have mean that they I don't know if they like I don't know. The Niners would still have the ball. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Niners were not traveling like that before 2019. I believe half their fan base are former Oakland Raiders fans. Oh, dude, that makes so much sense, Johnny. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I didn't even think about that. That like, I mean, I know 49ers fans right now who, up until the Rams moved, were Rams fans, and then they were so mad with the Rams that they went to the 49ers, which I think unforgivable. Like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Like, you can't go immediately to like the word like your most hated rival, because in my mind, like one day you're on this side and you're like, screw you, I hate you. And then the next day you're like, wait a second, screw you, I like, what are you doing over here, man? You can't do that. So yeah, I think that is bogus. If you were a Rams fan turned 49ers fan, I don't understand you. I really don't. Like, I have a certain level of respect for you because, like, whatever. Like, I mean, we're all just fans out here, just trying to, high five and in all of our teams and stuff like that. But like, it's just such a weird move, man. Did you watch the? I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Can we trade Cam for JT? Probably not, but also unnecessary, especially the money that he wants, man. I think that the Rams, obviously, they did do a check-in on Jonathan Taylor, but I will say that we check in on most people, honestly. The Rams are mentioned in a lot of names when people become available. Rams do get mentioned a lot, but that's because the Rams are callers. The Rams call people on things and just see. Because what if you call the Colts for Jonathan Taylor and they're like, I don't know, like a sixth, and you're like, oh, okay, hell yeah, like we can do that, man. But like, if you don't call and you never know. So I don't think that that's a possibility, and I don't think it's a really a need. I'll be honest. I don't think it's a need to go after Jonathan Taylor. The way Kyron Williams is playing right now, I really like Ronnie Rivers. Royce Freeman is back. I mean, he'll probably be sticking around a little bit more now. Zach Evans, who we don't know what he can possibly do yet. He's been inactive these first few days, first few games. So really pumped to see him and get him out there. But I don't think the move for Jonathan Taylor is necessary. I don't think it's not possible. I absolutely think it's possible. The Rams do a lot of weird things, and especially after coming out of 2 weeks, even at 1-1, the Rams have the Rams have some optimism right now. So it's good stuff. What can we get for Cam? Honestly, probably not a lot. I'm guessing that we'll probably walk away with a fifth or a sixth for Cam, and that's probably going to be about it. I'll be honest, and that's not because that's what I think his value is. I like Cam Akers. I don't know. Fans turn on people really fast, and I do it too. But Cam Akers is one of those that I didn't turn on that fast. Maybe I should have. I don't know, but I don't know what's going on. That's the problem. Is like I don't know the story, and so I'm not gonna like sit here and blindly be like trashing Cam Akers when I don't know what the heck those conversations are like. Maybe the Rams are being the jerks to him, and maybe he's being fine. So it's Star Wars. What's Star? Oh, the Osaka show. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I've seen one of the movies. That's all. We'll go and move on from those because yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not Star Wars. Star Wars or is that what they're called? Starzy? Warzy? Is that I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a yeah, I don't watch a lot of normal stuff, I guess. Like if I have something on, it's something that I've seen before and it's for the purpose that I don't feel like I don't get sucked into it. And I know that that's like a weird thing to say, but I don't like to sit and just like watch TV a lot. I feel lazy when I do it. So this right here, this is my living room now. Like I've moved everything because it was like I was spending so much time in my studio area that I actually moved. My living room is in a bedroom now, and so it's like obviously just super bare bones. I just don't use it as much. So yeah, this is my living room. This is my front door right here. So very like almost out in the open, but I also live alone, so who cares? I do what I want. Do what I want. Why are we always talking about ref calls against us when we play the 49ers? I don't know. Was I talking about ref calls? I don't remember that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. the ref conversation is one that I never try to get into, man. It's you're gonna get some, you're gonna not get some, whatever. It happens. We can point back to all kinds of different things. In times where it hurt the Rams a lot, and in times where it really helped the Rams. I'm looking at you, 2018 NFC Championship game. You know what I mean? Where it's like obviously that was pass interference. I even said it. I have on my stream or on my video that I had, where it's like Rams fans react to the end of the game or whatever. I just set up the camera while we were all watching. Um, Even in there, I was like, I'm glad they didn't call that because that was so pass interference or something like that. Man, so it was bad. It was bad, but whatever. I'll make the calls. I mean, I was in Colorado when that happened. It was in Louisiana. All right, I was very far away from it, so I had no impact on it. But I don't know. I know people love excuses and to find things that like it's like, oh, this didn't work because this, and it's like, or maybe they're paid too. Maybe those guys are paid to do this too, and maybe it just didn't work out for us. Oh wait, I don't have this. This got ruined, unfortunately. The footage got corrupted. Oh wait, or is that for not me? Either way, yeah, my Super Bowl reaction footage got corrupted, which is very unfortunate. I've only got photos, but I definitely, yeah. We do have a guest at this moment in the little version of this in this little thumbnail deal. I actually don't recognize who this is, so maybe it's a newbie to us. Let's go ahead and bring him in. The heck's up?
How's it going? I was on here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Daniel,
Now I feel like a jerk. All right.
Oh, that's awesome. Ready for work.
Nice,
I
man.
just wanted to tell you, like, I'm doubling down on Cam Akers for Jonathan Taylor. Like, yeah? I'm done with this.
But why Jonathan Taylor so bad? Do you not think that Kyron can get it done this year?
I think what happens if he goes down?
I'll kind of rebuttal that, but with like, what if, yeah, he goes down, whatever. That's always a possibility. Injuries are always a possibility to any position on the football field. But are you willing to give up Cam and probably maybe like a second round pick and then have to pay Jonathan Taylor, a position that we've already been nervous about paying?
Yeah, I don't think Todd Gurley really bit us. I don't think that. I mean, the backwards of that deal bit us in the butt. But he was an all-time great Ram. You have to admit, Todd Gurley was.
Yeah, absolutely. I would never deny that.
I think he was worth the money, and I think we gave up on Todd Gurley too soon. Even though he had a terrible.
So there, I will say the way that his career unfolded after his time with the Rams, I think that we did move on at the right time.
Okay, but I just think Jonathan Taylor's in his prime right now. Absolutely. And I think that the Colts are handling it like children, and just pay the man, rip it off like a Band-Aid, and let's win games. Because to be honest, I have been super impressed with how the Rams have played this year.
Definitely, man.
Like, I'm like, what is happening? We're making stops. We're tackling in the open field. We're doing pretty much everything right.
Dude, absolutely. Well, that's the thing too, is that like, that's why I just don't see the and I like Jonathan Taylor. And don't get me wrong here. If the Rams did make that move, I'd be stoked about it, man. I'd be thrilled to have him. I just don't feel like it's necessary right now. Like, I feel like this Rams team is playing really well. The ground game is not the focus, but it really never has been with Sean McVay. Even with Todd Gurley, it was always like get the pass rolling kind of thing. And if we can get that going, that we were going to be okay. And Gurley kind of made up for a lot of the lack of ground attack, especially on the offensive line, stuff like that. But either way, like, I just don't think it's necessary to go out and pay a John Taylor. I think we have guys that can get it done just fine.
At the same time, we could get that first round pick for a guy who we know is good, instead of risking
Yeah, I'm always down for that. I'm 100% always down to trade our first round pick. I don't care about that. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm tired of Cam Akers. I don't know what exactly is going on. If him and Stetson Bennett had a thing, and Stetson Bennett's like, that's why he's gone.
Dude,
I don't know.
oh man, that's deep. That's a good conspiracy theory. I like it.
Like, you put him on IR. I'm not
Yeah,
playing
that's
for you
so
anymore. Okay,
funny.
but I just thought that would be a little funny.
Well, I love that, man. I'm just gonna start spinning that conspiracy theory for no reason at all. It's like, oh yeah, Stetson Bennett hates Cam Akers. That's why Stetson Bennett left. And now that Cam Akers, once Akers gets traded, then Bennett will come back to the active roster, right? That's what we're expecting.
Yeah,
They
but
just hate each other. That's all.
I just wanted to come in and say hey and hope everything's going well in Colorado.
Absolutely is, man. Where are you
It's
going to work?
here in Iowa, so.
Where do you work at? What are you doing?
I drive truck. I'm not driving truck right now, but I drive truck for a grocery store.
Nice, man. Well, hell yeah, go make a bunch of dollar bills, and let's have an awesome time the rest of this season, dude. Come back on next week and stuff like that. All right.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.
Take care, man. Later. All right, interesting point there, man, about Jonathan Taylor. I mean, obviously, again, I'm not like anti Jonathan Taylor. It's not like I'm like, oh, don't come to the Rams, Jonathan Taylor. But I think that ultimately, man, I'm just like, I mean, I just don't know how necessary it is to snag him. So we'll see what happens and what the Rams are ultimately able to get for Cam Akers, because maybe they're making calls to other teams to kind of evaluate, you know, evaluate. I don't know if that's a word or not, but with Cam Akers and see like what other teams are willing to give up for him, and then trying to spin that to the Colts in running back for RB, RB for RB trade. You know what I mean? So maybe something cool could happen there for sure. Want to see more Rivers yesterday, dude? Same, man. I like Ronnie Rivers. I don't know. Mr. Ribas. So I'm like trying to read a bunch of things and talk, and I'm just going to stop doing that. I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing here. So, yeah, I wanted to see more Rivers too. I like Ronnie Rivers, though. I think he's a really good back. So I'm also really interested to see when Zach Evans gets into the offense, man, which I think should happen soon. It does feel like that could happen soon. So, yeah, pumped about it, man. If the Rams don't make it to the Super Bowl this season, I really hope they make it to the Super Bowl. Who would you think will go if not them? I hope the Lions. So Goff gets MVP. Ooh, that's a good question, man. I don't really know yet. I've been asked a few times of like, oh, who do you have in the Super Bowl? It's like it's week 2, man. I don't know yet. Like, so I'm not trying to like necessarily like not give an answer to like I don't know to make myself more accurate or whatever. I just don't really think out that far, man. Like really my brain is now into like I'm here talking about the previous game and a little bit into the future and stuff like that and potential with Cam Akers and stuff like that. But right now, I mean, my brain is fully on my preparation for my show for the Bengals game and what kind of things I want to talk about there and what kind of stuff that we'll dive into and the cool stuff that we have about the Super Bowl and stuff like that to kind of look back on and I don't know. That's where my brain's at now. So Super Bowl, I'm not really sure yet. The Lions are a very good football team. That game, that game yesterday was super unfortunate for them. Kind of wild to see that one, but either way, Seahawks obviously coming away with that win, so that sucks. But yeah, Lions are very good this year. Obviously, the Eagles are very talented. Obviously, the 49ers, we know that their roster is very good. So, yeah, we'll kind of see how it shakes up, man. But overall, it's the NFL, and mostly this is a war of attrition. So, if you can stay healthy and keep your top guys out there, chances are you're going to be better at the end of the year than most teams because not everybody will be able to do it. Look at the Rams last year; a lot of guys went down. So, no way Matthew was out, dude. Honestly, I'm with you, man. And I'm actually not a sheriff. That's just a stupid nickname. There's my badge. But I'm actually a radio DJ, which is I almost consider it the opposite of a sheriff. It's like the next, like the level of citizen you can be in the world with like, I don't know. You get it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain what's in my head about that, but Oh, we got a no boom here, right? I've been looking at my phone as it's been lighting up, and we did just get a no boom update. Sean McVay says offensive lineman Joe Noteboom sustained a deep bruise to his shoulder versus the 49ers. The injury is not expected to impact Noteboom's availability for Week 3 Monday Night Football versus the Bengals. So it does look like we should have Noteboom ready for Week 3. So that's good news. And we get a little bit of an extra day there, which is also nice as well. I was kind of thinking about that because don't the 49ers play on Thursday and then the Rams play on Monday? So different paths there. They're going to have a tough Week 3. Rams are going to have a little bit of a nicer Week 3. And I think that the Rams could beat the Bengals, which I think would put the Bengals at 0-3, right? Ooh. And Rams house, are you and Johnny shoulder checking each other in the hallways? Because it's time. It's time for it, man. Let me see, where am I at here? So Johnny responded and said, "We probably make it to the NFC Championship. We're definitely winning a Super Bowl next year, though." I think that this team is set up to this. We're laying a strong foundation right now. Where we're sitting right now, this Rams team has got a roster that it's they're probably going to be some guys here next year that maybe some of us maybe we're excited about, whatever. But you can look at Van Jefferson, probably not going to be here next year. Cam Akers, probably not going to be here next week. So there's different levels to that. I'm trying to think on the defensive side because a lot of these guys are just really young, so it's hard to guess who would be leaving necessarily. But yeah, I mean, this team is built right now to where we can use this year as an evaluation year. No matter how far we can get, which might be far, but we can also say okay, here, where we need to improve, and we've got dollar bills to do it, so let's go do it. And then I think realistically, like what Johnny was saying, this team is in a position to use this season to figure out exactly what positions you need to upgrade, take a peek into the free agency world, maybe even to the trade world. The Rams do have a first-round pick again, and just do it again. Do exactly what we just did a couple of years ago to win a ring, which I don't think is outside of the realm of possibilities for this team to do if these young guys like Puka and Tomlinson, Durant and Kendrick and Kyron Williams and all these guys can be that base. And, if the Rams go in next year with Puka, Tutu, and Cup looking sick, then you can add anybody else into that room, and they'll probably just be carried along with it. So, yeah, I think that this Rams team is good, and especially in the weak NFC, I like what this Rams team appears like they could be capable of this year. But I would say next year after that is prime Super Bowl contender area there. Let's see. Is Stetson Bennett coming back to the Rams to play, says Annette. I'm going to guess yes, but I don't know that answer for sure. I kind of tend to echo the whole Sean McVay sentiments on it. I don't know what's going on. I've seen a lot of rumors. Honestly, I kind of hate it. I kind of hate the rumors that are flying and people trying to figure out what's going on. We got the comment from Sean McVay of out of respect to him in the situation, I want to just let him have his have his space and not dive into details. For me, that was okay, cool, got it. He's not with us right now. We'll maybe get him back in a little bit. So I'm not trying to dive into any of the speculation, anything like that, because again, it's just out of respect for him. I mean, we can talk about him as a backup quarterback on this team, and we need him here and stuff like that. But I mean, he's still got a life, man, and he's still got things that he's got to take care of outside of here, obviously. And I don't know what it is. I've seen so many different rumors that would say, oh my gosh, I hope he's okay. I hope he's going to be okay. I hope his family, whatever it happens to be, there's a lot of different things floating around there on the internet. But ultimately, I don't know. So I don't feel comfortable really commenting on it. Will the Bengals Burrow be healthy for the game? It's looking maybe not. But if their backup, I believe, is a dude who's never thrown an NFL pass. So that would be cool. I don't root for injuries, but if they happen, they happen. I mean, you got to field the team that's out there, right? We had to do it all last year. No one cared when the Rams fans were like, dude, we're on our fourth quarterback. We don't have Cup. We don't have Donald. We don't nobody cared, So yeah, I mean, it's hard to care about the other ones too. And obviously they're humans. And I don't want to come off that way, but as far as like the excuses of it goes. Like I don't care if any Bengals fans like, well, we would have won if we had Burrow. It's like, well, that guy's the backup. He's there for a reason, right? To back up the guy that if he can't go, he's supposed to be able to do it, right? Like, so I don't know. If you had a choice of Goff or Stafford to finish the season, which one do you take to make the playoffs? I'm sticking with Stafford. Again, I kind of talk about this reason a lot with like the whole Stafford and Goff thing. Is I think it was a win for both teams. I think that Stafford got into an offense that was perfect for his skill set. I also think that Goff entered a team and a culture and an offense that is perfect for his mindset and his style of play. So if I'm with the Rams, then I am wanting Stafford to finish this season. If I'm with the Lions, I want Goff. I really do think that both teams hit on that trade. Obviously, the Rams did winning a Super Bowl in year one. The Lions could do that in the next few years, maybe even this year. Who knows? So, yeah, it depends on who you are. If I am the Rams, yeah, I want Stafford. If I am the Lions, yeah, I want Goff. I love how our defense is being more aggressive. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Journalist level job. I feel like that's nicer than what I do. I don't know how much journalism I'm doing, but yeah. Have I ever been to the Stanley? Actually, I don't think so. I haven't done a lot of normal, cool Colorado stuff. I watch football. So it consumes me. Yeah. Dude, Goff or Stafford, excuse me, could absolutely go off against the Bengals. Absolutely. Bengals also start their season slow though, so we got to kind of keep that in mind. John's pretty depressed about the Bengals. Dude, now you really got to shoulder check him. If he's not even into it, you can get so far in his head right now that we're playing mind games right now, man. You could get so deep into his head if you just like start talking trash right now, shoulder checking and all, man. Just boom, boom. Just like walking by doing those and stuff. What else? What else could you do? You do like, I mean, if you have any Bengals mini helmets, do the Aaron Donald stance. Oh, you know. What else? What else? I'm trying to think of other previous Bengals games against the Rams. I don't know. Let's see here. I think we're winning against the Seahawks too. Or we did win against the Seahawks. I think we're winning against the Bengals too. Cool, bro. I like the name. It's a cool name. Let's see. Matt Stafford out here looking at you go, man, hitting the rookies and the numbers. He is looking great. Holy moly, Matthew Stafford's looking awesome, man. He's looking just real good. I kind of talked about last week, that little quick twitch thing that he's got, the like that one that he had in week one, where it's like snap and then twist the hip and then boom. It was like that to me was like, oh yeah, he is feeling good. Like he said he was feeling good. Yeah, that's true. Because last year Matthew Stafford takes that and just like does like a slow turn, or I don't know, or maybe just tries to throw it with just arm strength instead of twisting the body and getting the full motion in there. So there's a lot of aspects that go into it, but it's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I am going to be watching the game tonight. That's why I'll be getting out of here before kickoff happens, or around kickoff. I don't got to see kickoff necessarily, but yeah, I will be getting out of here because I do want to watch the games. Football is my life. Let's see. Sean. Ooh. You've got my attention, man. We can get some good stuff going, man. Because, yeah, I do. I could use some more power behind these machines. This one here has got to get replaced. I know that for sure. This one here is my editing machine right now. I do have the two and then my laptop right now. So my editing machine for like video, audio, all that stuff goes into this machine just because it's the stronger one. And then I kind of use this one just as a bit of a browser and a reference check kind of thing right now. But it does have some uses to it as far as other stuff goes. But yeah, man, I definitely could use some stuff, man. Maybe we'll get a conversation going and see what I can get, man. Ultimately, man, what I'm really looking for here is a producer that I can have come in with me to help me with the show and kind of like be a behind the scenes kind of thing. Maybe get some good footage go in instead of just a static cam. Have somebody that can kind of do a double cam setup for me without me having to do everything, which I might be able to try to learn, man, especially if I can get one of them stream decks and stuff like that, man. I might be able to really pull out some cool stuff here, man. Kind of getting into like weird behind the scenes stuff of like my brain and what I want Ram Showcase to ultimately be. But ultimately, I always go back to it, man. Content is king. I feel like if my conversations are good and giving you good information and in an entertaining way, then I'm doing a-okay, even if it's visually maybe there could be more. But that's all. But that's also because I'm just alone, man. I'm trying to like do a full-time job and stuff like that. I'm running a website, podcast, full-time job, all on my lonesome. Let's see here. What? Okay, cool, bro. So for freshman year of high school has been confusing. Hopefully it gets better. It does. It does. I remember my freshman year of high school. It was probably one of the more embarrassing times of my life. I was like, and maybe not outwardly, but internally, yeah, it was. Going to Wasson High School, and I just like it was brand new neighborhood to me and stuff like that. So like I didn't have a lot of my friends come with me. They went to another high school, which was like our big rival and stuff like that, with most of my friends from middle school. So yeah, it was kind of it was a switch for sure, man. But I think that ultimately my high school was really fun. I didn't really learn much and I barely passed, but I had a great time. That's what I can say. I don't like miss the school part of it and stuff like that, obviously, because that sucks. But like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, school is kind of a bummer, and especially high school. There's so many things that are going on in your life, and it's a very, very dramatic change in your life, and you're also like making massive decisions on like where you're gonna spend thousands of dollars on your college and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I waited until I was like 30 to go to college, or almost 30. But yeah, man, you got this though, dude. You got it. Just I think if I could tell freshman Joe Bags like one thing of advice, it would just been like, you're not going to talk to any of these losers in a couple years outside of like a handful. You're going to talk to a handful of these people in your 30s. Who cares what they think, man? That's the only thing that I would tell myself, I think. Maybe Lance can attest to that a little bit. I actually went to high school with Lance. But yeah, that's all I would tell myself is like, who cares about these losers, dude? Like in my high school too, without getting like super rude about my high school, it's like most of these people are gonna be in jail. Or like, dude, who cares? Like, so yeah, that's a comment that only like people I went to high school with would probably laugh at, because it is true. It's like it's like all these people that you're going to high school with, they're gonna be strippers, they're gonna be in jail, or they're gonna die. And I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody, but like it didn't matter what they thought. That's what I'm getting at. Went to a bad high school. All right. It's not that bad. It's there's definitely worse stuff out there. Anyway, moving on. I think this year's draft could be the best Rams draft ever. I absolutely agree. When you look at Steve, Puka, Byron, like this is such a sick draft class, man. So yeah, absolutely. These young guys are going to be. I mean, these guys have potential to be talked about for years. Like we're in the potential beginning stages of us like snapshotting to right now, like from 20 years into the future, being like, I remember watching Puka Nacua as a rookie. It was amazing. Like I don't know why you get crazy voice in 20 years from now, but that's how it happens. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules. All right. Cup has historically dominated. That's a good point. Oh my gosh. Dude, he had like what, 2 something in that game. Did he? Did he go 212? Or was it like a 190 or like a 188? God, I'm trying to think of that. My brain works in like photographs. So like in my brain, I'm trying to picture that game and then picture the numbers that I saw with it. Because I'm not a big number guy. But I'm trying to like that's how I remember numbers, is like picturing it. Yeah, but you're right. You're right, Rams House. Cooper Kupp has historically kind of dominated against the Bengals. Hope Kupp is back in time. We face the Cowboys. It looks like we may get him back for the Eagles, dude, which is well before that. So because the Rams obviously going on 2 road games right now. A little bit of a road stretch at Cincinnati on Monday Night Football and the Indianapolis Colts the following week, which is an early kickoff game, which hurts my soul. Holy moly, I gotta be up early. You kidding me? 11 o'clock kickoff local time, Sheriff Joe Bag's time. Dude, that's early, man. That's about wake up time. So I'll still be there watching the game and stuff like that. I'm gonna be drinking coffee. Knocking back some Red Bulls. So we'll see what happens, man. But and then 3 home games after that, though, which is nice. And then the Cardinals, which is like kind of like a nice little layup. Then I think it's the Steelers after that. Trying to remember. Sometimes I can remember the whole schedule. This is not one of those times. Let's see. Is Colorado always cold? Because in California, it's always hot. It does get miserable hot in Colorado. Right now, my computer is saying that it's 73. Let me check my phone, which I'll say for this Colorado dude is definitely warm. My phone app says 74, so yeah. So 74 right now, and this is shorts for sure. Like this is no messing around. This is shorts weather, absolutely. So the beanie, bad call, but also I've got crazy hair, and you can't see it. Maybe one day we'll do that, but nope. It's in its cage right now. The beast is tamed. But no, it's not always cold. It will get we get some stretches in the winter time, like peak winter time, where like maybe for like a week we'll get highs of single digits or something like that. But then usually it floats about 20s, 30s for the highs in the coldest times, like December, January, February. We're 20s, 30s, so not terrible. We definitely get those times though where it's so cold, where you're sitting there, you walk outside, it's like -13 or something like that. You breathe in through your nose and then your nose freezes and it hurts like so bad. And it like feels all dry and weird. And you're like, whoa. But maybe you Californians don't even know that feeling. Maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say that. But I know there's at least 2 Colorado people in this in these comments that will know what I'm talking about. You walk outside and breathe in, you're like, oh, it's dry. And it's also super dry everywhere all the time. Anyway. Next question here. Do you like the post-game shows and stuff? That's what I really want. Somewhere to talk. I do not do game day stuff. I do apologize about it, but I will say this, and I'm actually glad you brought this up. So I do Rams Showcase because I love the Rams. That is the most basic sentence that I can say, is that I do this show for myself. And it's really awesome that I have a community here, and I love getting to meet other Rams fans and have interactions and stuff like that. But again, I do this for me. I needed an outlet for this. I was just dumping this stuff onto my family and friends, and they did not care. They did not care at all. So I was like, how can I get this out? So I started writing about the Rams, and I still felt misunderstood. Like I felt like I type the way I speak, and as you can tell, I speak in chaos, and people don't read it in my voice because they didn't know my voice. So they would read it in a way like that, and it just didn't make sense. A lot of things didn't make sense to people, and I got a lot of questions, and I was always trying to explain myself. And I was like, you know what? I just need to talk. I just need to do it this way. I just need to do a podcast. And the first couple episodes were terrible, but we got there, and we went to school for this. I got my bachelor's degree in sportscasting, so I think that helped quite a bit. I like to think so. I would hope so. It was expensive enough. I hope so. But yeah, man, it's I do this because it's my outlet. I like to do this show. If I got 1 view a week on my stuff, that's more than enough for me. Because I like talking about the Rams. I like getting the stuff out. But I say all that to tell you this: that game day, I have taken it back to be a fan. As much as I do absolutely love creating Rams content and engaging with fans and stuff like that, I'm just a Rams fan. That's how I see myself. I'm not like some crazy person who like whatever. Like I'm not above anybody because of this or anything like that. We're all just Rams fans, right? I just happen to talk about it more and in a more public setting than most people. That's how I view this. So I wanted Rams or like game day to myself and I just want to do game day and have fun with game day, and that's all, So I don't do my pregame anymore. I don't do a post game anymore. Or I don't think I've ever really done a post game, but there are other game day activities. Payo Time does a great game day, like a whole live stream. He does play by play and stuff like that. But for me, you probably can't even reach me if you're texting, calling, stuff like that. Like I'm not even really reachable on Rams game days. I like to take that day. It's that's my day. That's my day for me and the Rams. All right. So yeah, it's fun to do stuff, like I said, but I kind of switched that out for this Monday live stream. Is I committed to doing this on my day off to it's like, let me get on here, let me talk to fans, let me bring people on the stream and have some fun with it this way and engage this way. But as far as on game day, no, I'm gonna stick to that with myself. Let's see here. Speaking of draft, I need General Booty to go round 1. He might. You might on name alone, obviously. That's such a good name. 220. Oh my gosh. I knew it was absurd. Holy cannolis, man. It's a shame you won't play for the Bengals. Dude, oh, I know, right? I guess I was talking like he was going to play, obviously. Yeah, 74-year Coldinet? Get it together. Come on. That's sunbathing weather. Let's see. Honestly, though, Bill's got it here, man. If the Rams, if Cup's not a coach after he retires, then what are we doing out here, dude? He is such a good person on the sideline, man. Even if he just does what he does now, he doesn't even need to have like an official title of coach. Just show up and then be like, yeah, when you do this, or when you did this, I saw this. So if you did this, that would happen. Like stuff like just keep that going, man, because that's so sick. But he is, yeah. If he could be a coach, that'd be badass. Oh, let's see. You know what? Rams are gangsta. I agree, John. Good stuff, man. Yeah, again, I'll go ahead and drop this in here again if anybody does want to hop on, because again, we have games starting here soon, and I do want to watch. So I love watching football. I'm a sports fan. I don't know if you can tell. I do know Payo. Cool, bro. Talk to that dude probably every day. I think now we've gotten to that point now where I think me, Rams House, and Payo there's at least one thing said to each other in a day, which I love. I think that's super cool. It's cool just to have like Rams, other people who kind of just like are just so in it like I am. You know what I mean? Like, and I know some of you are as well, which is absolutely awesome. It's like anything happens. Rams sign a punter to the practice squad and me like send it in there. What does this mean? Look at like, I love that stuff. Like no detail is too small to have a conversation about, which I'm such a big fan of. It's good stuff. Let's see. Sean is from Dayton, Ohio. That's a good point. You want to show them locals what up. Do you walk the streets of Bakersfield? I've never been to Bakersfield. I don't know who you're asking that to, but that's hilarious. Payo's live streams are great. So, yeah, absolutely. Get on that. LA native from AJ. Hell yeah, man. I love that, man. That's super sick. I'm jealous. And if I could have chosen, I would have picked LA. I did get stuck with Colorado, but at the time, my mom was unable to get communication from me. So I had no way of telling her, hey, let's go to LA. I want to be born there. No way. So Colorado boy for myself. But I love that. Oh, and yeah, you got to meet Payo? That's so sick. I've not got to meet him yet. Hopefully we can coordinate that at some point. Because yeah, that'd just be awesome. I feel like we're like old friends now. It almost feels like, you know what I mean? Like we've had so many conversations going back for so long now that it's like, yeah, I feel like honestly, I don't feel like I know Payo actually. That's weird. All of our conversations are Rams related. So I like, maybe I don't know these people. Maybe Peo's a murderer, and I have no idea. Are you a murderer, Peo? Should I ask him? There's just conversations happening without me now in the threads. What the heck's going on over here, guys? I want to be in it. It's fine. But again, yeah, it's I shared it in there one more time because I will be hopping out of here. I do want to watch these Rams games. Or not Rams games. These are not Rams games. Although, NFL Plus being able to watch the all 22s, that is the sickest thing ever. AJ, still here? AJ, does liking mean yes? I can't say that or not. I don't know. Let's see. What am I doing? What was I doing? I don't know. I'm just gonna put that away. Still here. Yeah. Does liking that message mean yes, AJ? Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear, man. All right. So we did do a t-shirt giveaway. Let me see the winner here. Yeah, it was Godspeed Racer, who I can comment back to over here on the Ram Showcase t-shirt giveaway for last week, which was obviously awesome. The question was super simple. It was just name your favorite Rams player. Super, super simple, right? So I don't have the thing for you right now because, well, you got to wait for that. All right. So on this next episode of Ram Showcase, on the podcast version and on the video version, the game preview, which is just a section of the full podcast, we will announce another Ram Showcase t-shirt giveaway. Hell yeah. So Godspeed Racer, he did win, or they, I don't know who this is actually. I figure with a Speed Racer reference, maybe it makes me a jerk to assume that this is a guy, but I used to watch Speed Racer growing up. But yes, that was the winner for last week. So we will have another one. So I will announce it at the beginning of the podcast and the beginning of the video on like on the YouTube channel. I'll tell you what the instructions are and how you can get entered for yourself to win a Ram Showcase t-shirt. If you don't want to leave it up to chance and you just want, you're like, you know what? I need one of these Ram Showcase t-shirts. They're so sick. They're so awesome. And Sheriff Joe Bags is so cool. All your words, not mine. Then did just comment in the comments for a link for the Ram Showcase merch so you can snag your own. But yeah, we had another Ram Showcase t-shirt giveaway. Hell yeah, AJ. Love that stuff. What station are you on for the radio? And does it reach to California? It does not reach to California, but we do have an app and stuff like that. I work for Kilo, 94.3 Kilo in Colorado Springs. Kilo. So, here, the keychain. This one. Yeah. That's the station I work for. I'm the night guy. I do nights at Kilo. But no, it doesn't reach. Like, obviously, we're just, like, airwaves. It's just out here local. Southern Colorado, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, all that stuff. But there's an app. Just search Kilo, 94.3 Kilo, or kilo943.com. I don't really say those words a lot here, so it feels like weird. I'm usually in the studio saying those. But yeah, I'm the night guy. I'm on at 7. Well, 6, or wait, what is that? Yeah, 6 LA time, but I do not know Gary Bryan. Do not. Am I supposed to? Oh. Whoa. I just got a lame text, man. I don't want to say anything, though. Dang. That's too bad. Anyway, hell yeah, dude, it was cool to meet you out there, man, in Green Bay. I hope you do get together with John. I have his info and stuff like that. I think. Do you have my number? If you do, I can try to like get you in touch. He's super cool, man. He actually where is it? This here. So this towel is from the last Rams game in St. Louis, that color rush game against the Bucks. And he was kind enough to snag me one and send that out to me, man. So yeah, he's really cool, dude. He's great. He's a DJ from K Earth 101. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I don't know most radio people, I think. But also, did you know that I was a radio person? I feel like we like hide in the shadows. Radio people are like out there, but also not. Like we're very public, but also very not public. Like people think I'm a extrovert. I'm not. I am not an extrovert at all. I am so introverted. It's not even funny, dude. Like it's like I stick to myself. I mind my own business. I do my own thing. I live alone. I work most of my nights alone, and no one else in the building. Sometimes like I do have another night guy, but it's like it's quick interactions stuff like that. He's cool though, but yeah, I mean, I just do a lot of things. I go to concerts alone. I'm about to go to a movie alone in a couple of weeks here. Like, yeah, I just do things by myself and just whatever. But people think that like video people have this like massive outgoing personalities, and I think I can put it on if I need to. Like, I can flip a switch and be like, all right, yeah, I'm cool. Like, yeah, what's up, everybody? Like, but ultimately, I'm in my apartment by myself right now with my cat who's sleeping by my front door. So it's like, I don't know. I'm very much an introvert. And as far as I'm concerned, there's a few people in these comments that I've even met. I don't even know if you guys are real. What if you guys are robots and I'm part of some grand scheme? What what if none of this is real? What if only two people here are even real? And what if I'm not one of them? What if you're the real one and this what's happening right now is not real? Do you ever think of that, dude? Probably not, because it's chaotic. Got to be proud of our rookies. They did a great job. Our rookies are killing it, Annette. I'm thrilled about our rookies. It's been some super fun stuff to see for sure. So this class is great, and I think ultimately because like I think a lot of people want them to be refined already and a finished product. But they're not, obviously. We're going to see some mistakes. We've seen drops from Puka in both games where we're hyping him up like this, like, oh my God, he's unstoppable. Is like he's still having mistakes in there, which is awesome. Like, get those out while also kicking butt cheeks. Like, it's awesome to see. Byron Young, he's had a few where, it's like he's taking rough angles or whatever, but he's still ultimately just doing an awesome job. Some of the other rookies, who am I thinking of? Steve's unbelievable. All right. That is like the biggest hit I think the Rams had on a draft pick in so long. That dude's awesome. And he's got all the makings, the framework, the competitiveness, the attitude, the personality to be a Hall of Famer in this league. He's got it all. And I realize we've seen 2 games out of this guy in his entire NFL career, but he really does have all of those aspects. And if you get a guy like Puka Nacua to be like on top of that, be like also an offensive superstar like that, then this draft, if you can get 2 guys like that like, let's say that Steve and Puka are both like future Hall of Famers. We will always look back at this draft class, even if that's the only 2 that hit, and say that was amazing. That was amazing. If Byron Young can be just awesome, or just fine, then and those 2 be Hall of Famers, like that's obviously incredible. So like I don't know, but this class is very deep, and we're not even going to see some of these guys until next year. Like what if Zach Evans probably not even going to play that much this year? The bulk of his play will probably come like after Akers is traded, maybe later in the season, maybe there's some dinged up guys and stuff like that. But really, next year is the year for Zach Evans that we're watching for. So, yeah, this rookie class looks to be incredible, and Steve he looks like he might be. Oh man, I hate to even bring that up because okay, I've talked a lot of trash about Rams fans who say like he's the next Orlando Pace, like, but he really he could be that next great offensive lineman for the Rams, and drafting him, like I think that could be absolutely top tier. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I will 100% let you know. I don't think I'm going to get out there this year. I doubt it. I would like to, though. But if I do, it'll be late season. Also, I mean, it's kind of nice to get out there. It was like kind of nice to get out there in December. It was like 20-something degrees out here, and it was like 68, I think, when we were out or somewhere in the 60s on Venice Beach when we were hanging out there. and we're like in shorts and stuff like that. And everybody, there's people walking around in jackets and stuff like that. It's just so funny to me because it's like I can handle the cold. The cold really doesn't mess with me. But the second it gets like above 80 degrees, I am so miserable. So it's like it's just different. It's funny to see like the differences there. Because like people from California probably come out to Colorado in like normal months, like right now, and like or I guess more summertime, and like think that it's like it feels normal where I'm like sweating like all miserable. Yeah, dude, unmentionable how massive the difference is. In fact, it even hurt my feelings a little bit. Even seeing Logan Bruss yesterday, it was like, oh, good, I'm murder. Like when they showed on the sideline, and he was standing there. It was like he's just never done anything, man. Like, and that sucks. I hope that he can ultimately kind of like change that path, but it does look like he just maybe doesn't have it. There's a lot of stuff going on in this comment section. You know what? I mean, besides, I'm not going to call anybody any names. Yeah, the Rams did outplay the 49ers, and that is what makes it frustrating. And it does feel very much like if 2 or 3 plays go different, it's like that. Obviously the Kyron tipped interception, the 2-2 play, the Jefferson play. Trying to think here. A couple of those things just go a different way, and the Rams probably win that game, which is honestly that's got me excited though. It's like, yeah, it sucks to lose that game, but what we saw was like, oh yeah, we knew that we were going to have some games where we're going to have some mistakes, and that's going to cost us. We lost by 7 points to a team that is said to be a Super Bowl favorite. So I don't know. I am mad about it. I will though make fun of 49ers fans for talking about attendance. I always will. If they want to talk about attendance, I mean, I say same comment. I've said it a few times here tonight. If my team's home stadium was Levi Stadium, I would also want to go other places. That's all. SoFi Stadium's sick, and if you have a taste of SoFi Stadium, or you can go watch your team in SoFi Stadium, and the alternative is to watch them at Levi Stadium, you pick SoFi Stadium 10 out of 10 times. It's so much better than Levi Stadium. It's not even funny. Levi Stadium is kind of a bummer. Like I realize that it's new, and that like makes people think like, "Whoa, that's not that bad." It's so boring. It is. There's nothing like endearing about Levi Stadium. So yeah, of course they all come to SoFi. Their home sucks. We don't want to take over their stadium. Johnny says, well, like, we'll take over Levi's. No, our stadium's better than theirs. Like, they can have it, man. Like, screw their stadium. But yeah, the Rams played so well in that game, but that's also like, yeah, it sucks that you play really well and lose, but that's also a good thing that you played really well and lost by 7 against a team that is absolutely stacked roster-wise. And you move forward going against a team that you should be able to beat the Bengals, a team that you should be able to beat against the Indianapolis Colts. And you got a hell of a matchup, but coming back home against the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's just say the Eagles win that game, but the Rams win the next 2. So what, we're sitting at 3-2, and then we get the Cardinals 4-2. Like we get the Steelers who aren't that good. 5. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm feeling pretty good about it. Even if we lose a couple to really good teams, that's fine. Did we think we were going 17-0? Did we? I didn't. I think this team is very good and is better than people are giving it credit for, even some Rams fans. But I mean, to say that this team sucks, or like there's been some people missing in my comment section. That's what I'll say. Some people, even Rams fans, that were like, "Well, I've been a Rams fan since and which I don't care about. Your longevity of watching teams watching a team does not make you a better fan or a more knowledgeable fan. In fact, I've seen people brand new to this sport who pick it up real quick, and they're big braining it so hard. And the people that have been around for years, like that still want Jimmy Garoppolo, are like, why isn't Kaepernick signed? It's like because he wasn't that good at football, maybe. Like, so I don't know, man. It's longevity doesn't matter, but yeah, there's been a few people missing from my comment section that were here early talking about how bad the Rams were going to be, and well, they're not that bad. But those people disappeared because also I am also in the camp that I like to admit when I'm wrong. I like to come in and say, you're like, you know what? maybe I would like I would. It took him a long time. All right, but maybe I was wrong about Tutu Atwell. Maybe it took a while, but maybe I was wrong. All right, like, and that's fine with me. That's fine. I'll be wrong about it. And Van, I like Van. I like Van a lot, and he's so disappointing so far this year. So like, it happens. We're wrong. Just admit it, and let's move on. What's so bad about that, man? What's so bad about that? Juice Man, you ask this every week. I'm going to give you the same answer every single week as long as you continue to ask it. We did announce that we were not doing new uniforms this past off season. We will do new uniforms soon, but it does appear that it won't even be this next off season. It does appear to be the 25 season that we will get a new uniform. I would also anticipate, this is also a tag that I have on there every time, is that I will also anticipate that, damn, that game is already, did I miss a good chunk? Damn. But I would anticipate also that we will get some changes to our current uniforms, which will include our whites and our royals. I don't know if the bone will stick around. If I had to guess, I would say probably not, although I love that uniform. But my prediction is that maybe it goes away. But I would also say the gradient number probably goes away. The horn on the sleeve probably changes. That's all. And Cool Bro's been a Rams fan since 2017. Hell yeah. I don't know when I can really like claim my Rams fandom beginning officially, because I was so young when I started watching the Rams that I don't know when I was over like, I like this team. Like, I mean, yeah, those were obviously the best, but obviously I think too that there's something to be said about keeping the past perfect. You can't interfere with it anymore. So I do actually, I'm on the side that like, I think that we should do something more modern. I like the modernity of it. I like the new uniforms. I do. I don't have any hate towards the new uniforms at all. What I will say is that I think that the throwbacks are probably like the best uniforms in NFL history. I love them. I think they're incredible. But let's just keep them there. I think they don't go away. They're not like disappeared. They don't cease to exist because we don't wear them, you know. So there's that part of it too. That yeah, there's like they're just forever perfect. That's all. That's how I kind of see it. Is they're forever perfect. And I agree with that. We need a yellow jersey. I think that'd be sick. Obviously love yellow jerseys. My favorite jersey that I own myself is my number 9 Sheriff Joe Eggs yellow jersey, the color rush. Absolutely love that one. That one's so sick, but it's good stuff. But I'm sure we'll get that. I'm sure we'll get I just hope we don't get a black jersey, honestly. It's tacky if it's not in your color scheme. I realize it can look cool and stuff like that, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they don't look cool, but that's for fans, I think. It's like let's keep the black jerseys for like to purchase for fans if you want to like wear it in your I don't know. I think that wearing a black jersey looks super tacky if black is not in your color scheme. And there's plenty of examples of it. Who did it last week? Kansas football team wore black jerseys and it just looked tacky to me. And their logo on their helmet too just was like, ugh, what are they doing over there? These graphic artists need to be stopped. All right. It's not artistic anymore. It's stupid. It looks garbage. All right. Yeah, we've definitely worn yellows before. Those 50s throwbacks were sick. Yeah, we had like the one with like the ring on the sleeve or whatever, just like the blue around. That was really awesome. But yeah, a new modern style like the ones, and they've got a kid version of them. We already literally have them like on like, but they're only in youth. But there's that. But yeah, so I'm gonna respond to Go Speed Racer here and let them know that they want a Ram Showcase T-shirt, and then definitely pay attention to this next episode of Ram Showcase. At the beginning of the podcast version and the beginning of the video game preview, we will have the announcement and the method of how you will enter the next giveaway. I think I've already got it in my mind here about how we'll do the next Ram Showcase T-shirt giveaway, but yeah, I think I've got it already. But I'll let you know once the podcast it does get open, and I guess we'll also give a deadline here. I'm going to give it Monday about noon Pacific time that I have to have those answers completely in. Although I do think like I didn't get any more answers past like Sunday because it's a game preview, and there's not a lot of point in watching a game preview after the game's over unless you want to like see the comparison of like what I said to look for if that actually came true or not. I realize some people do that, but so yeah, we'll get the next Ram Showcase T-shirt giveaway rolling. I do appreciate the support of the Ram Showcase shirts. If you do want to support the show, that is definitely the best way to do it. Is ramshowcase.com. Snag yourself a shirt and rock that stuff, man. Rock it. And then of course we will be getting a commercial together. And if you do want to participate in that, I can also reach out to people individually. But if you want to participate in that, just take a photo of yourself in the shirt and we'll toss it in there. So it'll be some good stuff. But I'm going to watch this football game. It's like already there's like 7 minutes left in the first quarter. I thought that the kickoff was 5 minutes ago. That doesn't feel real. So that can't be real. So maybe I was wrong. I think that I misshot by about 15 minutes on that. So thanks to everybody for hanging out. I genuinely do appreciate you guys. And next game up, we got the Rams at the Bengals. I will do a Rams Showcase live on Monday. I know that schedule will be a little bit weird. We will be just kind of doing a preview of the game, maybe kind of treat it like we did last year. But I do want to give myself time to just enjoy it as a fan. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get a Rams Showcase live for next week as well, ahead of the Rams Bengals preseason Monday Night Football game, the opposite of preseason. Yeah, just another update that no boom should be good for the Bengals. But yeah, other than that, then I'll see y'all on this week's podcast as we get this game preview going for the Cincinnati Bengals, who I mean, off to a rough start. This could be a 2-1 start for the LA Rams, so that should be good stuff. But thanks for hanging out, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night, and let's friggin' go Rams and stuff.